Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 16, I think. So for those who have been following along for a while, you would know that I had a baby girl due a few weeks ago. So we did have her, everything went fine. She was due on Thanksgiving Day, which was November 26th. I had gestational diabetes, so they decided that it would be a good idea to maybe induce a little bit early. So we induced on the 23rd, that was a Monday, and she was born that morning. She was 9 pounds and 19 inches long, and we named her Eleanor May, and we'll call her Ellie. So now we have a Maddie, a Josie, and an Ellie. I will maybe post a picture here of her coming home from the hospital. But yeah, I think that's it for that. So she is officially 3 weeks old as of yesterday, and I've been meaning to do a video for a while, but I usually do those at night when the kids are in bed, and obviously newborns don't really sleep on a normal schedule, so it's been difficult. So right now she's taking a nap and my 3-year-old's watching TV, and so hopefully we'll get through this. I do just have a few small projects to show that I've been able to finish, so I will get started on those. So the first thing I made was this little bow, and this is just like a nylon sock that I cut to make a little headband. And the bow is made out of the same yarn that my last pumpkin was made out of, the Vantage Choice Glamour in the color Topaz. And basically you just make a rectangle twice as long as you want it and fold it in half, and then just go around and around and around until it's as big as you want, and then you kind of can cinch it in the middle, and I glued it on to here, and then I wrapped it around a little more on the back too. The stitches I did for this was just half double crochets. I think I alternated into the back loop and then into the third loop, the camel stitch, so to give it a little bit of texture. So I made that to match her coming home outfit. And sorry, my 3-year-old's making noises. So yeah, so she's wearing that in the picture that I posted here, probably, if it's the same picture. Yeah, so I made that. Next I made, to match one of her other outfits, I made this little ear warmer. And it's a little big on her, even though she was born and I could measure her head. I guess I made it a little bit too big. For this one, I just did camel stitch and then 2 rows of bean stitch and then camel stitch again to finish that off. And this is made out of Red Heart with Love or Red Heart Soft. I don't remember which one. So that's that. And hold on, I dropped my other thing. Oh, here it is. Okay. So then I made another bow to match her Christmas dress, and I actually made 3 of these for each of my girls to wear with their Christmas dresses. They don't have the same dress, but we tried to kind of make them all look kind of good together. So here's this is the littlest one. I made them different sizes for each girl, and this one is made out of Red Heart Amour and the red Rubibos color, I don't know. And I just did the lemon peel stitch for this one, but it's made the same way. The only issue with this is it's a lot thicker and heavier yarn than this one, so the nylon had a harder time holding it up on her head. It kind of flopped around a little bit, but that's okay. So then my next finished object is not here because I sent it in the mail, but I'll post a picture. I made a loofah type bath scrubby thing out of some cotton yarn. I don't remember which pattern I used off the top of my head, but I will post that in the link below. There's patterns and tutorials. Oh, it was a Creative Grandma. The one that I followed was Creative Grandma's loofah thing. So I just used, I'm dropping everything. I used sugar and cream in the color Hot Pink. And she says you need 4 ounces of yarn to make one. And this was a 4-ounce ball, so it's one of the larger balls. The smaller ones are only 2 ounces. And I only had 1 ball of each of my smaller balls, so I knew it wasn't enough to make a whole one. So this is all that I had to go off of. And I used about 2.5 ounces, but I kind of crocheted tight, so I might not have used as much yarn as she did. But that's okay. Yeah, so hopefully I posted that picture of me getting ready to mail it out. And then my final ones that I have here that I just finished the other day is I made some bobble trees. And this is a Red Heart Super Saver. And I don't know what this is. I think it's like an old Karen Simply Soft, like old. I'm not sure, but it's a little bit thinner, and so they came out different sizes. I'll post the link to the pattern below. I know there's some tutorials that are similar to this one. This was a paid-for pattern from Etsy. And then put these back down here. The little ornaments are just these little charms that I got from Amazon. I think it was a pack of 50. And then I just added a earring, I don't know if you can see that, an earring back thing. And that way, so each one of my older girls, Maddie and Josie, got to pick a tree, and then they got to pick their own ornaments that they wanted to put on the tree. So I had 36. I had 36 of these hooks, so they each got 18 ornaments to decorate their tree with. So they just kind of poke straight into their tree. And you can't really play with them because the hooks pop back out. They're not like stuck, but they're more for decoration. Yeah, so I finished those last night. And then my final thing is I finished my tree skirt, and I finished that like a week ago. But I took a little video clip that I'll insert here of what it looks like under the tree before we put all the presents on it. So yeah, I kind of explained how I fixed the wonky edges, and hopefully the video does it justice. I tried taking pictures and they just weren't, the lighting wasn't right, and it just wasn't looking too good. Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and show you that I finished my tree skirt. Sorry about the kids' ornaments over here. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'll tell you about it here real quick. From those of you who haven't seen my last video that I talked about it, I was basing this off of a blanket pattern by Mama in a Stitch. It's her Wintertide Throw blanket. And so I was adapting it to make it into a tree skirt, so make it into a circle. And I've never done this before, so that's why it ended up a little bit wonky in the back, which we'll talk about. I basically followed her pattern from rows 1 through 21, and then skipped a few, and then ended with rows 29 through 34. So it ended with these 2 bean stitch rows, sorry, which it did add a little bit of a ruffle. It doesn't lay down super flat on the edges, which I wasn't really hoping for, but I think it turned out okay. So the weird part, let's see if I can get back here behind the tree, is the back and how I had to fix it. I had a picture last time of how it looked like it was Pac-Man. It was just getting wider and wider and further apart. So what I ended up doing is when I stopped you can kind of see here, this is where it was. So I just went down the side and like added a border. So I only added a little bit of a border right here because these parts were closer together and these parts were way further apart. So I added like double crochets until it got thick enough to reach across. And then these are the only buttons I had that I felt like matched. All my other buttons that were like bright white, and I didn't feel like it went with this cream color. So I had kind of an ivory and then these wood ones, and I just went back and forth and just did about 4 rows in between. Let's see if I can show you. So I only fixed this side by adding a border, and the other side I left wonky because it was going to be covered up. So you can see how it went this way, whoop, all crazy. But I mean, it was an experiment and I'm glad with how it turned out overall, and I think it makes a nice little addition to our little Christmas tree that has tons of homemade ornaments on it. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and I'll link all of the information for this blanket, her blanket pattern, in the description box below, and I will talk to you guys soon. But yeah, I think honestly that's it. I've only been working on small little projects that I can kind of do in my lap while holding a baby or nursing a baby. My crochet time of when they go to bed is kind of limited at the moment because I'm too tired to do anything once the baby's actually asleep. So hopefully we'll get into some sort of routine and I can get some larger projects finished soon. But I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give you that little update and show you the few things I've been able to work on. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys. Hey guys, I just wanted to get on here real quick and show you this project that I've been working on that's been taking up a lot of my time. You know, besides having a baby and finishing that tree skirt, this is all I've been working on. These are little mangers that I am making for about 75 to 80 kids that go to our church. We needed to come up with a Christmas present for them, and this is what I came up with. Well, I found the idea. I didn't come up with the idea. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of the idea of a giving manger or a kindness manger. The idea being that the child does an act of kindness to be able to add a piece of hay or straw to this plain manger, and then on Christmas morning they add the baby Jesus in there. So that's what we decided to make. These are made out of chipboard. The pattern for this is from C. Kate Sew, and I will link that below. She used her Cricut machine and actually cut some like that thin balsa wood stuff. And she also mentioned that you could use chipboard. So I have an old Silhouette machine and I was hopeful that it would be able to cut through this chipboard, which it did not. I had it on the highest setting and had it pass like 4 times and it still only went like halfway through. So we cut the rest of it all through with an X-Acto knife. So 2 rectangle pieces and then 2 M pieces for each one. So that was a little time consuming. And then the Jesuses are just little peg dolls, and they're wrapped in white felt. And then the hay is just raffia. I just cut them to size, and each one will get 12 in a pack. So we're basically just packaging these up like this with a little candy cane and a paper explaining what it is. And the bags we're using, just plain white lunch bag from Walmart. And these were like, there's 50 in a pack for like $1. So overall, The cost for these is about, I think I decided it's about $1 per set. It might be a little bit more with the candy canes and the ribbons for tying, but still, not a bad price. Just a lot of work. So I did have help. I didn't do it all on my own, but I did most of the assembly, at least, of these mangers all on my own. The glue I used, let me find it real quick, is this Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue, and it worked really good. I've never used it before. I've used the regular tacky glue, but not the turbo. So it was really nice because I was able to kind of glue it together, stick it together, and even though it wasn't completely dry, I could set it aside and start gluing the next one. But yeah, these are kind of fun. I'm kind of glad to be almost done with them. We're packaging them up and hopefully getting them delivered this weekend. So just wanted to show that to you guys. Talk to you later.